All right, in this video, we're going to talk about like boosting overall business revenue for Bitcoin, not BTC, through adding payment rails, effective payment rails, and how to do it, and kind of do an update on the status of this payment rail concept. So right now, we've got a problem here, which is, there's, if somebody new is interested in getting into Bitcoin, not BTC, then they're going to be dealing with, I'd say, about a 20 to 45 minute issue, even at the low end. 20 to 45 minutes would be low. Most likely a lot longer than that. That's best case scenario. Let's say more like 48 hours of getting approved to then potentially do IDs and KYC, and they just want to buy $5 of, let's say, Bitcoin. So that is a huge issue. That's our current model right now. Now, that basically puts the newbie, the other 7 billion people, other than the people that already have it right now, the newbies just turned away. They're not interested. They don't know what to do. They're confused. They give up. And so it's high churn rate. How do I do a wallet? What's a wallet? How do I find this information? I mean, it is absolutely incredibly complex. So we've been working in the background here on solving this. Now, banks, in addition, the other problem is that the other day, I had Daniel's brother actually tested that as well. And when he tried to do a transaction as a newbie on an exchange to try to buy, his bank blocked him, said it was fraud. They blocked his account and they closed it. So he had to call the bank, figure all that out. That takes another day or whatever, how many hours, lift the account, reinstate the account. It's not fraud, let it back in. And now he's back where he was, starting over again. So now here's the update. Ultimately, I've been meeting with Handcash, met with Gorilla Pool Kurt, met with OneSat Ordinals, David and Luke, and of course, also Money, the guys at Money, and also, of course, my man Daniel Street, which really heading up the kind of the mind, the driving force behind this solving this onboarding problem. Now, Daniel actually found an onboarding solution. It's 2 clicks. So you click once, and then, you click one more button on your credit card and you're done. You're in. You're onboarded. Now, when we found this, we brought it over to the guys at Money and actually met with Kevin over there. And he was like, wait a second. After 1 hour of meeting with him, he's like, wait a second. What? And it just like light bulb went off in his head. He's like, oh my gosh, this is actually amazing. Like, this is what we need. And so here he is. They're building the stablecoin, right? It's already built now, FYI, on the stablecoin. It's already on ERC20. I actually can buy it right now in America. So I know the licensing is good because I can buy it right now in the US on Rock Wallet, on ERC20, but it's not on Bitcoin SV. So it's coming. From what the update is that it's still being considered on what the best way to launch it is. Is it going to be with tokenize? Is it going to be with OneSat Ordinals? How's it going to be done? Apparently, it's pretty much done on the technical sides. The legal sides and the regulation sides are also basically done. Now, again, this is coming from a third party's perspective. I don't work for either one of these companies, so take it for a grain of salt. It's hearsay from what I'm saying, but I can just tell you from my meetings. Now, also, in addition, let's go break this down further. Yeah. So once Kevin saw it, then basically Handcash started identifying it, that they were like, whoa, wait a second. This is actually incredible. We can have payment rails in 2 clicks. 2 clicks. What? Is it really possible? And so now this is totally escalated up to like a big group of people that are, well, I wouldn't say bigger. Let's say 8 or 10 people on an email chain are now involved, which I can only share so much. I'll give what I can here, but I'm ultimately that are involved in helping to push this forward. And so there's other options as well, because it doesn't have to be with Money, because I've got a buddy of mine who I met in Dubai and know him pretty well, hung out with him pretty well in London. And that's Ben at Senti, Bitcoin Ben. And they got a great stablecoin, which I've been using for a long time. It's very, very user-friendly. And he's totally, absolutely. Swiss franc is a phenomenal project. Swiss franc is very stable. It's probably going to be around a lot longer than the US dollar. So that's another sound option. And it's something that could be potentially even a better option. I don't know. But right now, everything's coming together. Seems like pretty aggressively on making this happen, because it's going to cost about 250 grand. So it's a matter of like, who's going to come up with the money? It's not really an investment into a company. So it's a matter of like, who's going to spearhead this? So the decisions are basically coming together pretty fast. And, I'm helping to push the project forward to make a decision, because if one entity doesn't want to make a decision, then we'll go to another one. And if that's not the case, then we'll figure something out. Okay. Cause we got, Daniel and I are like, we're like aggressively going to figure this out one way or the other. There's going to be onboarding, because there are content creators right now who are huge influencers that are literally massive influencers with billboard pictures on the freaking freeway, influencer types that are literally just like, we're waiting, we're ready to go whenever you are. But right now we have no onboarding. Okay. So now for the newbies, the people that don't ever know nothing about Bitcoin, they heard about it on the news. All they heard was Michael Saylor buy BTC. That's all they know. So they're like, what? I'm not talking about any of these people that know about it now. So the newbie, he goes in and he's not actually buying Bitcoin. That's the crazy part, right? When he's working with the content creation platform, it's not gonna be about buying Bitcoin. It's going to be about buying his favorite piece of content, stablecoin, microtransactions, instantly, boom, top up. Not even a top up. It's literally just like click buy, just like a regular purchase for a regular boomer online. It's no different than buying on PayPal. In fact, PayPal is probably maybe a little harder. It's 2 clicks, done, transaction's over, and you're set. And so that's what's about. I mean, it's literally, I've already seen it happening. It's working. And apparently the regulators are much more lenient when it comes to stablecoins. So this is not crypto. This is not cryptocurrency stuff. It's just like actual stablecoins. And apparently that's my what I'm seeing, that it's going to be a lot smoother by doing it this way. So hopefully I'm not saying too much on this video. I mean, I don't even know, really, I can't release too many more really names, but that's the best I could do in the way of kind of an update. It's moving ahead. It's happening. And I'm going to be, Daniel and I have some other freaking really high level meetings with some people that I can't release, that are going to be getting updates on this as well at a much higher level, because put it this way, there's only so much information that I can really share. Yeah, leave it at that. All right. But dude, it's going down. It's really an incredible unification effort with this money stablecoin. And I wanted to talk about the definition of money, but it's probably get this video a little bit too long now. But ultimately, money, there's a difference between money and currency, and money being, like, in my opinion, legal tender. I'm reading the Black's Law definition. I'm researching these law dictionaries about it last night, reading it this morning. I'm like, what is the definition of money? And the way I understand it is more of an actual asset changing hands. Okay, a physical asset, or a commodity, in this case, a digital commodity changing hands. A currency would be a representation of money. Federal Reserve note, it's a security, it's a piece of paper that represents the asset. Well, it really doesn't represent anything, but it represents a promise. It's a promise, an IOU. In this case, would be a Federal Reserve note. So that's currency. So, but this is what's important here is the word money, I think, is key. So whoever came up with this word, I don't think it was by accident, because money is the ultimate goal, in my opinion, as to what really is what we're trying to have happen, is to have a universal digital money, not controlled by anyone, not controlled by the central bank and the Fed, dude. Get the Fed out of there. Not controlled by the government, no third party, not controlled by Blockstream, okay? Not controlled by Michael Saylor and Square and Jack Dorsey and Copa and all these people. Forget that, dude. You're gonna, it just enrages me that people try to step on our freedoms, because I'm a freedom fighter, and I do it in the legal sense, but I am, this is like the actual freaking true economic freedom through peer-to-peer transactions. And that's what's coming. The real magic behind this whole system that nobody's getting yet. It's all about meme coins, all these, that's fine. But the one problem that no one solved is the peer-to-peer microtransactions. It's never been done in an actual, like, for demand. There's never been true demand for it. Get ready, it's coming at the ones. Hit the likes, comment, subscribe. Thank you for everybody who's supporting me on this channel. and I'll see you at the top later.